Welcome, everybody, back for another episode of Toast Time on the Vendetta Sports Podcast Network. This week, Jackson is feeling a little under the weather. So we got founder and CEO of Vendetta Sports on Toast Time this week. That is Trey Daubert. Trey, how's it going?
It's going. It's going. I just want to know, am I like Jackson's pseudo person? Like, am I his clone? I did Tandemonium yesterday. Now I'm on Toast Time. There's 45 people in the Slack. You guys can call other people. It doesn't have to just be me. Am I the only one capable of doing shows? I don't know.
Hey, maybe. Well, see, I know you wanted to be on Toast Time, and I figure if
I didn't want a sympathy invite. I didn't want it.
Well,
I didn't want to get an invite because Jackson's throwing his guts up.
Well, this isn't the sympathy invite. It was just how would it look if I invited somebody else before I invited you?
Touche.
There you go. There you go.
Okay. You got me.
Yeah. So but it'll be a good show. Trey's got it down packed, so we'll get rolling.
What does that mean? What do I have down pat?
You're good at shows, man. What do you want me to tell you?
Okay.
You bring the energy. You bring the energy.
Okay. What exactly do I have down? Like,
don't worry about it.
Okay. It's your show. You continue. Go ahead.
So roll right into it here. My buttery pick this week. I've been meaning to get somebody like this talked about on the show, but this is the first one that really caught my eye. So we're going to NCAA basketball, but not the men's. We're going to the women's. We're talking about this week this girl from UConn, Paige Buchers, if that's how you pronounce her name, I believe it is. Okay, this girl's just a certified bucket. I mean, I really don't. There's really not much else you could say about that. She's a certified bucket. She has scored 30 points, I think, in the last 3 games. They played number 1 South Carolina the other night, and this girl carried UConn to the win. She scored the final 15 points of her team, all of UConn's 9 points in overtime. She was hitting some ridiculous shots that, you would say that Steph Curry can only hit. She was absolutely lighting it up, and it's not even like she's taking a lot of shots and missing a lot. No, like I'm pretty sure the past 5 games she hasn't shot lower than 50%, and that's including a game where she shot like 66% from the field, scoring 30 points. So she's absolutely balling, and UConn women, as they always are just dominating the entire rest of the women's league over there. And I mean, it's really not fair at this point that they just get all these generational athletes over at UConn year after year, it seems like. But hey, kudos to them. And Paige Buchers is the buttery pick this week for me. She's just absolutely lighting it up.
Is this the one that Carl wrote a blog about, or is that another UConn basketball player?
I believe this is the one he wrote it about, because I mean, I don't really see what other one he'd write it about, to be honest.
Okay.
I think this is it. Yeah.
Yeah. Credit to her. I haven't watched a ton of basketball, WNBA or college women's or NBA or college men's in general this year. So credit to her. Playing lights out. I was gonna ask, is UConn women's basketball, is it like that some cheese and then like Toast Time is like when UConn plays somebody bad?
Pretty much. I mean, listen, didn't
just
UConn
messing with you, man?
No, man. Didn't UConn go on this thing one time where they didn't lose a game for like 5 years in a row? I think the women's team. That's just insane. That's just a dominance on a completely different level.
So you could say they could always be a buttery pick.
They essentially
got the toaster on the proper setting. It's just set it and forget it. Like that rotisserie chicken. It just comes out great every time. That's UConn's women basketball.
Pretty much. Not much you got to do to it. Out the store.
All right. I'll jump into mine because I don't have any other answer outside of Tom Brady. The guy, it doesn't matter what he does. He could cross the street when there's a red light. He could run over an old lady. He could shoot someone in broad daylight. This guy, everything just comes up green for him, man. Wins another Super Bowl. He's out in Tampa Bay. He's still the star of the show. He's getting drunk on the boats. Guy can't miss, man. I wish I was as lucky as that guy. I don't want to say he's lucky, but man, of all the people you would want to live your life through, it's got to be a good one to pick.
I'd say it's definitely up there. I'll tell you that. I mean, Tom Brady, just what else you got to say? 7 Super Bowls, 10 appearances. Also, we talked about this on That's Some Cheese, I think, a couple weeks ago. We're not denying. I won't deny Tom Brady's skill because obviously he's a skilled player. You have to be skilled to win 7 Super Bowls, but at the same time, he's got some horseshoe up his ass. Let me tell you, he just walks into great situations, whatever, no matter what he does. Like, so his whole run with the Patriots. All right, that run's old and dry, and all right, you want to leave, change of scenery, sure. Then goes down to Tampa Bay, gets Bruce Arians, who's a good coach. So you get a good coach, you get Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, then you get Gronk to come play with you, then you get Leonard Fournette to sign with you, then you get Antonio Brown, and then you manage to fix Antonio Brown in a matter of like 2 weeks. Don't know how that happened. And then, and all on top of that, you end up with a top 5 defense in the NFL. It's a Tom Brady effect.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what the purpose of the buttery pick is, but how can you pick anybody else?
You see, I didn't want to pick Tom Brady only because I had a feeling you were going to pick Tom Brady.
Why?
Because I can tell these things. This is
Okay.
Hey, this is toast time. This is what
it's
happens.
The Italian connection, I think.
Yeah, listen, when you're on toast time, my show, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're gonna pick.
All right.
So now we'll move into the negative part of the show, which is my favorite. So my burnt toast this week is this man Draymond Green. Now, I'm sure everyone saw the other night against the Spurs where it was like about 8 seconds left in the game. They're trying to inbound the ball to Curry. Curry's getting double teamed, so they can't inbound it to him. They give it to Draymond, who's maybe 3 steps past half court. 5 seconds left on the clock, and Draymond decides to take a three quarters of the court shot and just completely whiffed. And I like don't even know what he was thinking. And this isn't even just this game. I mean, Clay's not there, so Steph needs somebody to at least take the pressure off him. Draymond Green, at least in the scoring department, has in no way, shape, or form taking the pressure off of Curry. Draymond Green is managing to do other things right now, but scoring-wise, he can't do a damn thing. I think the other day when they beat the Mavs, Draymond Green managed 2 points. 2 whole points. And you're most likely the second option on that team right now. I would say you're supposed to be the clear-cut second option. How the hell you only score 2 points? And
I don't like the Draymond Green hate.
You don't like the Draymond Green
No,
hate?
he's one of my guys. I love Draymond Green. If I could surround myself with 4 Draymond Greens at all time, just like anywhere I go, I walk into a Wendy's and I just have 4 Draymond Greens next to me, I would love that. He does his job. He's a goon. That's what he does. He's there to cause problems, kick people in the nuts, bark at refs. Okay, he's not scoring. It's not his job. His job is to be a headache. So why do we have to hate on Draymond Green? I know he's not the same guy athletically as he used to be, but it's not like he was out there dropping 28 when he was in his prime either.
No, he may not have been dropping 28, but he wasn't scoring 2 points a game. I mean, I understand he's doing other things, but I mean, when Klay Thompson's not there, Steph Curry needs somebody else to handle the scoring load a little bit. So, I mean,
I wish we had 20 more Draymond Greens in the league. Just absolute
20 more Draymond Greens. Oh my
20
God.
more of them.
Just complete chaos.
Just complete lunatics. The NBA needs more of them.
Well, I would. can't deny that the NBA would definitely be more entertaining if there was 20 more Draymond Greens.
I wish we could insert 10 Dennis Rodmans into the league right now. Make my day.
The NBA would just become a sideshow at that point.
All right, I'm going to give my pick. I'm going to go with the unconventional route. I'm going to say burnt toast of the week goes to myself.
Really? Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
All right.
You wanted me to bring the fire. I'm going to bring the fire. I'm tired, man. I'm tired. I slept 4 hours during the middle of the day today. Just collapsed. Like passed out in the middle of the floor, petting a dog. That's how tired I am. Not a joke. I have absolutely no energy. None. And I know I'm supposed to delegate more, but like we don't have anybody that I trust to do all this stuff that I do on the site. I'm tired. I work 12 to 14 hours on this site every day doing the same old nonsense. So my burnt toast of the week is myself. I don't know how to help myself or to get myself more help, but that's my pick. So I'll let you chime in.
All right. Well, we're definitely going to find you more help. I'll tell you that. As you know, I try to help you as much as I possibly can. But listen, man, your job is hard. I'm not gonna sit here and say I could do your job because I damn well can't. I mean, Chad. Chad went and did your job for one day just so you could take a break, and he can't handle it. He was like, I can't handle this anymore. It was one day.
It wasn't for a day. He did it from like 4 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Like that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. But hey, man, I know you're tired, and we're definitely gonna find you some help, and hopefully, we can get Alex the teacher of the site, since he is a teacher. Maybe we can get him to teach some of the bloggers to actually make your life a lot easier.
It'd be nice.
It definitely would be.
It would be nice.
I feel like he could definitely accomplish that. So we're gonna kind of hope and see.
I woke up today at 7:30. I then sent like 40 ad pitches out, passed out on the floor next to the dog, literally on the floor. Got up, did an article, and then now recording with you. That was my day.
Yeah, my day, I was cutting meat all day, came home, took a shower, and jumped into some toast time. That's mostly how my days go throughout the week. Well,
yeah. So changes with the site will be coming, but I don't know exactly what will be changed because I don't think anybody can do the stuff that I do. So I'm the burnt toast of the week, Anthony. You wanted me on the show. There's your answer.
Hey, listen, I like it. That's definitely an unconventional pick, but listen, we'll try to get you from a burnt toast to buttery.
Yeah, that would be nice
in the next coming months.
Can you revive burnt toast? Is that possible?
I believe it is. I believe it is possible. We just gotta scrape some of the burnt stuff off you. Throw some butter right on you.
Wait, you want to say hi to the dog?
There's a dog.
Hey, Maxie.
Let me see the dog.
Yeah, why not?
I was trouble on my end.
You're not in trouble. This is Maxie.
Let me see the dog. Oh, look at the dog. Hi, Maxie.
He's Maximiliano.
So I'll go into my extra crispy. Whoa. Okay. So transitioning into my extra crispy this week. Talk about the man that got shredded alive by Tom Brady, Tyrann Mathieu, the honey badger. Now, there's a couple of things you don't do in this world. I would say number one should be, above all else, don't poke the sleeping bear, okay? Or in this case, don't poke the sleeping goat. Leave Brady alone. Don't start sitting there on the field, start talking shit to him, because you know what he's going to do? Tom Brady's just going to go off. And that's exactly what happened. Tom Brady looked right at Tyrann Mathieu, and he was like, okay. So he wants to sit there and talk shit because he stopped an easy play. All right, I'm coming after you, buddy. And he proceeded to just torch him up all game. I think Tyrann Mathieu got like at least 1 or 2 touchdowns thrown right on him. I know Antonio Brown caught him on a little nice play, like at like a 2-yard line, like right outside the end zone, and they scored on that. And then Tyrann Mathieu just couldn't get Tom Brady out of his head because then Tom starts running into his face, screaming at him. I mean, hey, you wanted this fight, right? That's what you wanted, right? You wanted to antagonize the GOAT, and the GOAT just stomped you into oblivion and kicked you to the curb and said, I'm still here. I'm 43 years old, and I'm still the best quarterback in the league. That's basically what he did.
Anthony,
Yes.
of all the people you're going to pick for an extra burnt toast or whatever this segment is, you're going to pick Tyrann Mathieu.
Yes.
You couldn't have picked the backup left tackle who got his ass kicked all week or all night.
Oh, no.
Or the backup right tackle that got his ass kicked all night. Or the entire offensive line that gave up 35 pressures. Or the entire Kansas City Chiefs offense that only, didn't score a touchdown for the first time in what seems like forever.
Oh, I know.
Or Andy Reid's son who gets in a car crash on his way to the stadium or whatever happened with that. You're going to pick Tyrann Mathieu, who's the single best player in the Kansas City Chiefs defense, and you're going to say he's the extra burnt toast? Come on, man.
Yeah. Hey, listen, there's more toast to go around. I didn't say he was the only Chief on this list, but he was the first one I brought up.
Not going to bring up Tyreek Hill, who's dropping touchdown passes. Travis Kelce's dropping touchdown passes. The entire Chiefs defense is getting cooked, and you picked the one guy that's actually good on their defense.
That is right.
I'm hurt.
That is right.
What's wrong with you?
Bold statements only.
My pick is going to be this is extra burnt, correct?
Extra crispy. That is correct.
Extra crispy. Got it. I kind of like my wings extra crispy though.
I love wings.
That could be a compliment, depending on what it is. Maybe.
not in this case.
All right, my extra crispy pick is one and only Kemba Walker. Okay. I used to love Kemba Walker. When he was at UConn, he was just an absolute legend. It was hard not to root for him.
Mm-hmm.
Then when he played for Charlotte for all those years, it was hard not to feel bad for him because he was awesome, scoring points left and right. And Michael Jordan got him absolutely no help. The second best player in their team was what? Marvin Williams or like Nick Batum. and Kemba Walker would find a way to sneak into the 8 seed.
Yep.
And then just get swept. But now, and I'm a Celtics fan, I hate Kemba Walker. I hate him. I absolutely hate him. And this whole thing has started, and he's always sort of done this. But I would hope it wouldn't be the case if you play in the city of Boston. You can't wear New York Yankees hats after every single press conference, dude. Stop doing it. Please stop doing it. And it's every single night he rocks a Yankees hat. There's some times where he doesn't play and he's just rocking it on the bench. What are you doing? It's a slap in the face to the entire city. But it's one thing to do that. It's another thing to do that and suck. Because right now, Kemba Walker, the days of him being an all-star are done. He looks like the broken down version of Isaiah Thomas, except he's a little taller. We're 10 games into the Kemba Walker 2020-2021 season. This man is shooting 34% from the field.
Yikes.
And he's not only shooting 34% from the field. Every time I watch him, the Celtics are worse when he's out there. Peyton Pritchard, there's a spark. There's a juice when he's out on the floor. The Celtics play better. When Kemba Walker's out there, he's at the point where he's costing this team wins. And on the season, Kemba Walker, per 100 possessions, Boston Celtics, -8 when he's on the floor. Not good, Bob. Not great. So you can flush the Celtics title chances down the window because Kemba Walker He doesn't have it anymore. And not only does he not have it anymore, this jackass has the audacity to continue to wear New York Yankees hats while he plays in the city of Boston. Stop it.
You see, now me being a Yankee fan, I am even going to go and say that that's really not okay. And I know there's going to be people that are going to go and argue like, oh, well, he's from the Bronx. Like, yeah, obviously I know that Kemba Walker is from the Bronx. Yeah, but believe me, I am not a fan of Kemba wearing Yankee hats while on the Boston Celtics. Now, only because, listen, you play for Boston. Okay, you shouldn't be sitting there wearing Yankee hats. Just like, I'll give you an example. Let's say
I'll give you an example
Daniel,
right now.
Daniel Jones was wearing a Red Sox hat. I would be infuriated.
I'll give you an example right now. Jason Tatum's from St. Louis. He wears St. Louis Cardinals hats all the time. But St. Louis, like, they don't have a basketball team. I don't care if he wants to go and rock St. Louis Blues stuff or whatever. They don't have a rival basketball team. This man, Kemba Walker, wears New York Yankee stuff while the Celtics are playing the Knicks. It just doesn't care.
Like, if you wanted to wear Yankee hats that bad, why didn't you just go to the Knicks? I don't understand.
That's what I don't get.
Like, he should have just went to the
Knicks. And the Knicks offered him a contract.
Yeah, he probably.
But that's not the problem. It's only part of the problem. Right now, he stinks.
I really thought he was gonna be doing a lot better than he is.
I think he's just shot. I think his knees are gone. He's got nothing left.
It's quite sad, honestly.
What's the more messed up problem? Gordon Hayward's playing out of his mind.
Yo, you see that?
Guy can't miss. Guy can't miss, man.
Gordon Hayward and LaMelo Ball are going nuts in Charlotte.
Gordon Hayward is like on fire. If I don't think you could get him out with a fire extinguisher. That man can't do anything wrong. With the Celtics, he's out here getting hurt every 5 seconds.
This
just pains my heart, man.
Oh man, there's nothing worse than watching a failed player on your team go somewhere else and just start lighting it up, especially Gordon.
It makes me more mad because I really wanted Hayward to come back, and I was upset when he left. And everyone had the audacity to tell me, "Why do you want him back? It's a lot of money. He wasn't even that good with the Celtics." Just makes me mad. Disappointed. I'm too tired. Don't have the energy.
Listen, Trey don't got the energy to be dealing with this Celtics nonsense, okay?
I got enough heartache in my life.
Yeah, especially the Kemba Walker fucking wearing Yankee hats. I just don't understand it. I just don't understand it. He keeps doing it. He's just a troll. He's like just trolling Boston at this point. He's like, you're gonna sit here and watch me stink up the joint, and you're gonna like it.
Especially before the season started, a reporter asked Brad Stevens, "Whose team is it? Is it Jason Tatum's team? Is it Kemba Walker's team? Is it Jaylen Brown's team?" Like one of those 5-year-old reporter answers just to try to get a quote out of him. And Brad Stevens is like, "This is Boston's team." Well, if it's Boston's team, why do we have a $30 million player wearing New York stuff?
Riddle me that, Brad.
Yeah, that's all I have on it.
Damn. Oh, Kemba. Anyway, I'll go into now my soggy toast. Now, so you were saying before why I brought up Tyrann Mathieu. It's because Tyrann Mathieu may have been my extra crispy, but these people are my soggy toast, and I'm talking about everybody on the Chiefs offense except for Patrick Mahomes. I actually saw a picture today that really made me laugh. It was a picture of the Bucs defense lined up and Patrick Mahomes standing back getting the snap, but you saw nobody else on the field. And the caption was, "This is what the Super Bowl was like." And it really was. I mean, whoever was playing backup tackle for them, I think it was it Mike Remmers? I think Mike Remmers was their backup
He was
tackle.
the left tackle, I believe.
Oh boy, Jesus. You see, I I have a friend who's a Panthers fan, so I know all about Mike Remmers in his heyday with the Panthers, getting absolutely obliterated by Von Miller during the Super Bowl when the Panthers were there. And I mean, I don't know. This man, as soon as he gets to a Super Bowl, it's just turnstile. You can go by, you can go by, you can go by every snap within a matter of half a second. Patrick Mahomes had somebody in his face, and on top of it, I mean, what happened to the playmaking ability of Tyreek Hill? Like, did he just did he drink a lot the night before and was just really hungover?
Tom
Like I
Brady,
don't,
he strikes the fear of God in people.
I mean, I guess so. I guess so, because he made. I mean, it's not like the Chiefs' defense was anything to really write home about, but they were playing better towards the end of the year. And I mean, Tom Brady really just made them look like a college team. He was dicing them up. It all circles back to Tom Brady. I just find it hilarious how a 43-year-old man is throwing for 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and a damn near perfect game in the Super Bowl still to this day. And you know what? He's probably gonna make another run at it next year. So it's just an absolute joke. But I feel bad. Patrick Mahomes had no help that game. And I'll tell you what, if anybody sat there and tried to blame Patrick Mahomes for what happened in the Super Bowl, they were not watching. They were not watching the same game as everybody else.
Yeah, I do want to bring up a point about that. There's so many losers out there that are like I'll bring up one for example. This guy Kevin Clark, who I guess writes for the Ringer or whatever, he had this rant is like, I just thought that nothing else mattered as long as you had Mahomes. Like, that is such a 5-year-old answer, man. Like, how dumb can you be? How dumb can you be? Like, nobody succeeds with no help. I don't care who you are. You could have Jesus Christ with the New York Jets out there, and he's not winning more than 4 games. So this idea that Patrick Mahomes was going to go out there and dominate with backup tackles, like, sorry, it just doesn't work that way. And even with Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, he still struggled. So I know that nobody knows how to evaluate the quarterback position, but it turns out that one player on a 53-man roster doesn't impact every single outcome. It's weird how that works.
It's amazing. It really is. I mean, what did you want Mahomes to do? Like, what did you want him to do when
It was 35 pressures to 5.
I believe I saw something that he ran about 94 yards behind the line of scrimmage, just trying to run away from defenders the entire game.
Yeah.
He would have been better off without an offensive line. He would have been better off just not having an offensive line to begin with.
Credit to Tampa.
Hey, listen,
got a hell of a defense.
Yeah, man. JPP with 7.5 fingers was really doing his number on him.
7.5 fingers.
Yeah, go on to go blow up your other.
Anything's possible. There's hope for some of us out there.
Yeah, I guess so.
JPP can win a Super Bowl with 7.5 fingers. What can I accomplish?
Whatever you want. I'll be the first to tell JPP was freaking done after that. So that shocked me more than anything, was him going and winning a freaking Super Bowl with 7.5 fingers.
My soggy toast of the week goes out to our guy Jackson Law.
Hey,
who is throwing up his guts out. I don't know what Jackson's doing, but there wasn't a better candidate for this for me. When I thought of soggy toast, just kept picturing whatever Jackson was throwing up. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Jackson. You are the soggy toast of the week for having me fill in. So credit to you, Jackson. You did it, man.
It was funny. He actually told me this morning that he was eating toast and it was the only thing he could keep down.
See? He's the perfect candidate for this segment. Credit to you, Jackson.
That's awesome. Oh, Jackson. Well, Jackson, we hope
Do we know
you
what's
feel
wrong with
better.
him?
As far as I know, as he put it, he hasn't been able to keep any bit of food down for the past 3 days. So, by my doctor prognosis, because I'm also a doctor in my own head, I would say that he's got a stomach bug of some sort.
Hmm. So he'd be better off with Corona right now.
Probably. He wouldn't be able to smell or taste, but he could probably at least do a show.
That's good.
As he
Good
is
for him.
as he is right now, he's probably just curled up in his bed with the little garbage can like right next to his bed. That's about it.
Poor guy.
Right now.
Let's make sure to clip that one. Jackson Law, soggy toast of the week, curled up in a little ball, throwing his guts out.
Yeah, we'll clip that one. That's definitely.
Who else was I supposed to pick? I filled in for him for Tandemodium. I'm filling in for him for Toast Time.
As far as from your perspective, that probably would be the only person I would have picked. I'm not gonna lie. You did have to fill in for this guy multiple times now. Oh, Jackson. Feel better soon, buddy.
Maybe it's a disease that it only attacks redheads. I haven't gotten a stomach bug lately, have you?
No, not that
We
I
might have to check
on
on other redheads out there.
I don't know many others.
They might be all secretly sick right now.
We'll put out a PSA.
He got too much sun is the daywalker disease.
Oh my god. That was such a good soggy toast that that was great. That was my toast of the week this week is specifically Chiefs fans. Now, I know that a lot of people don't follow Chiefs fans on Twitter. I don't myself, but after big losses in like the Super Bowl, NBA Finals, I like to go onto those teams' Twitters and see what the fans are getting at. From the majority of stuff that I was looking at, Chiefs fans are going to really sit there and try to blame the refs for the game. So, okay. First of all, let's not forget what happened just 2 weeks ago against the Browns when that hit where they had the fumble, where the Browns had the fumble out of bounds, turned out to be a touchback. Okay, that was a helmet to helmet. Refs missed that one.
Oh God, shut up!
You guys got away with it. I'm not.
Cry me a river.
I'm not crying you a river. Just say
cry me a river.
Refs. Don't complain about the refs. What are you complaining about the refs for? Last year's Super Bowl, there was multiple missed calls on the 49ers, or for the 49ers that they just let the Chiefs get away with. So they got away with that one. Okay. Okay. So you want to sit there and say, oh, the refs throwing too many flags on that 2-minute drive right before halftime. You know what? It really doesn't matter because you guys didn't score a touchdown. So I really don't know what you could possibly be complaining about. They're like, oh, that drive just took us right out of the game. We had no momentum, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, you guys scored no touchdowns. All you did was kick field goals. I said, whether the Bucs scored on that drive or not, you still wouldn't have scored a touchdown. So I really don't know what you're upset about. And also, Chiefs fans, you just won the Super Bowl last year. You went back this year. It's really hard to go back, okay? It's even harder to win it. So what? You lost this one. You still got the freaking best quarterback of this new generation signed for 10 years. He's going to be with you guys forever. You'll probably end up with about four to five Super Bowls by the time Patrick Mahomes retires. So I really don't know what you're complaining about. All I know is just suck it up, really. Just like take the loss on the chin and don't complain about the refs when as a Chiefs fan, you really can't ask for much more. You got a team that's going to go out there and cakewalk through 13 games a year. They could mail it in and win 13 games. So I really don't know what they're upset about.
Yeah, I hate the ref argument. Tampa would have won that game 100 times out of 100.
The refs had nothing to do with that game. Like the Chiefs just got bullied. The Chiefs just got bullied by a much better defense, and they're down offensive linemen. So like, what can you do?
All right. My toast of the week goes out to a good man by the name of Mike Mayock. And I'm just going off this off the top of my head because this guy has had more first round picks since he's taken over, more first round picks than anybody else. And I distinctly remember Mike Mayock had the option with the 4th overall pick in that 2019 NFL draft. And he decided a good man by the name of Devin White was not good enough for him. The man
boy.
who is the single best player on the Tampa Bay Bucs defense, who has transformed that unit into an elite defense, Mike Mayock decided he wasn't good enough for him. He decided that Cleveland Farrell, who was the 3rd best defensive lineman on his own college team, was the 4th overall pick in that draft. So I just want to give a shout out to Mike Mayock for being the dumbest personnel guy in the league. More first round picks. I believe he's had 11 first round picks in like the last 5 years, or I don't know. They've had a ton of first round picks.
How many has he
hit on any of them?
How many has he hit on? Any?
0.
Wow. That's awful.
0.
That's bad. That is just horrendous.
He walked into a situation with a total rebuild, a chance to build a team from scratch into a real winner. He had extra first round pick for Amari Cooper. He had extra first round picks for Khalil Mack. He ends up with Henry Ruggs, who is not close to the best receiver in his draft. He took him as the best receiver in the draft. Cleveland Farrell's an absolute joke. So shout out to our guy Alex Chick. Bless his heart. bless his heart for being an Oakland Raider fan, Las Vegas Raider fan.
Yeah, I tell you what, I would feel more bad for Alex if I currently wasn't struggling through a horrible GM that I don't like at all, and Dave Gettleman.
Credit to Mike Mayock. He gives up two draft picks for Antonio Brown. That one worked. He got a Super Bowl ring. Oh, just with Tampa. Sorry, Alex.
he immediately got fixed. Antonio Brown got fixed after.
And then he also picked a good man by the name of Damon Arnett, who had character issues coming out of Ohio State. And then weirdly enough, this offseason, Mayock said that Damon Arnett needs to be more committed to football and he needs to work out harder in the weight room and focus on nutrition. That's weird though, because coming into the draft, he had character issues. So the rumors on the street was that the Raiders wanted all these good citizens in the locker room. That's why they took all these Clemson guys, because they believed in culture, but then signed Richie Incognito, traded for Antonio Brown, and drafted Damon Arnett, and they still suck. So credit to the Raiders. Great franchise. Toast of the week.
Sorry, Alex.
Don't say sorry to him. He deserves all the misery and pain.
Wow. Okay, that's pretty bad. I mean, damn, that's just rough. I would say, at least like on my end, I'm not happy with my GM, but at the same time, I'm going to give him a pass for another season just because of.
Hey, credit to Mike Mayock. He did say Blaine Gabbert was going to be a future superstar quarterback. Guy got a Super Bowl ring this week.
Guy did get a Super Bowl ring this week.
Yeah.
That is correct. I don't even want to go into what was going on in the Slack the other day. That just hurt my brain.
No.
I'm not even.
No, that's cancer. That's full blown cancer. Right there.
I'm in no mood to talk about that thing. It's just a simple little prediction. I will say this. It was a little easier when football was going on because I just like picked something out of football. But since that's not happening, I will go with a football offseason. Since the offseason has started, by next week, Carson Wentz will be on the Indianapolis Colts. and the Colts will instantly be a Super Bowl contender because that's just what happens to the Eagles, who decide that they think Carson Wentz is bad. Carson Wentz is not bad. He'll rejoin Frank Reich, and next thing you know, Carson Wentz will be an MVP again. It's amazing what happens. Because apparently guys go bad overnight. Trey,
That's what I heard.
Did you know that just magically they wake up? They were an MVP candidate a year ago, and then the next year they're just god awful. Couldn't be anything to do with the guys that they're surrounded with.
I like the prediction. It feels like he's going to get traded.
Yeah, I would honestly hope that he goes to the Colts instead of the Bears because I'm not confident in anything on that Bears team. I would not want that for Carson Wentz.
Like it. My prediction is Trey becomes a hockey guy, and we start really focusing on hockey for the site.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
didn't see that. Didn't see that one. Didn't see that one coming. I would really tell you that. Did not see that coming.
I've watched more hockey games than NBA games this year.
Oh,
I'm starting to get into it. The fantasy hockey league has helped me get into it. So Trey's slowly but surely learning about hockey again. Haven't been into it since like 2005. That's my prediction. By the end of the year, Trey's going to be full-blown hockey guy.
Okay. I'm normally into hockey only when the Rangers are good and in the playoffs. I'm a very casual fan.
Yeah, that's the prediction though. Vendetta's going to take over the hockey world.
All right, hey, listen, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. We start taking over the hockey world. I'm jumping right back on my hockey train. Don't worry. Don't forget, guys, to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And as always, check out me, Trey, and Courtney on Twitter.